What up, what up, guys? It's Mad Viking here. Sorry for the delay. I would have had this video out yesterday, but I was having camera phone problems that I had to get worked out today to bring this to you now. But all is good, and now we can progress with my Royal Rumble predictions. In case some of you guys have lived under a rock the last few days, Enzo Amore, a.k.a. Eric Ardent, is no longer with the WWE. He was accused of basically gang rape. Him and his buddies, but basically him. They're going to be accomplices if there's any charges filed. And the WWE just basically let Enzo go because all of his prior transgressions, and that he left this a secret and kept it hidden. Granted, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but I think they just said, you know what, screw this guy. He's been nothing but problems, and they cut him loose. So Enzo Amore is fired, finito. He is gone from the WWE, so that means no more Royal Rumble match with Cedric Alexander. And he is no longer the Cruiserweight Champion. It's vacant, and I'm sure we'll figure out what's going to happen with that title on the next SmackDown. So, like I said, the Cedric Alexander match versus Enzo is not happening. And as of now, I don't know of any match that's replaced it. I don't see it on the internet, and I don't see any pre-show matches. So I'm just going to kick off with that. And then I'm going to start off with this, which will be match number 1, but I can't sell, it's not in this particular order on pay-per-view, of course. But match number 1 is the Usos, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, challenging for the titles. Recent weeks, Chad and Shelton have looked very good, came on strong, looked like viable champions. But I would have still picked the Usos to win this, but recently Jimmy Uso got a DUI, and the WWE usually punishes, if not fires, a wrestler who gets a DUI. And Jay Uso got one back in 2013, but I think it was because they were so new to the company, nothing happened to them and they weren't fired. I'm not saying they're going to be fired over this, but I think they might be punished and be forced to lose the titles to Gable and Benjamin, as you know, as a way of learning a lesson about the way you behave outside of the WWE when you're out in public. So there might be a little bit of punishment coming their way, and I think it's going to happen. So that's why I'm picking Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin to go over Jay and Jimmy Uso at the Royal Rumble. Next match on the card, it's the Raw Tag Team Champions, Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins, versus the challengers of Sheamus and Cesaro, better known as The Bar. The Bar is once again still hot on the heels of the Tag Team Champions. This would probably be Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins if Ambrose wasn't hurt. But Ambrose is hurt, and they wanted to keep the storyline going, obviously, and they threw Jason Jordan into the mix. The reaction for Jason Jordan on Raw 25 was absolutely hilarious. Every time he opened his mouth, he was basically booed out of the building. But how do I think this match will go? I think this is going to be it for Sheamus and Cesaro after this match, because you keep reading about how Sheamus is suffering from spinosis as well. The same thing that just took Paige out, the same thing that took Edge out. Cesaro has it as well. We just don't know how serious. He's been wrestling very safe recently, avoiding bumps, but I think the WWE is only keeping him on TV and pushing him because they are really in need of star power, and they're lacking top talent, and Sheamus is top talent. Losing Sheamus is going to be big for them, even though he seems to be lost kind of in purgatory right now with Seth Rollins. But I don't see them putting the titles back on Sheamus and Cesaro because of Sheamus' condition. He would have to defend those titles. He'd be a fixture on Raw, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to play it safe as long as they can with Sheamus before he's forced to retire. So I'm going to say Jason Jordan, there we go. And Seth Rollins will retain the Raw Tag Team titles. This is likely going to be the main event. I'd be shocked if it isn't. This is the Raw World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman and Kane for the heavyweight title in a three-way dance. Braun has been looking very strong as usual, continuing to stay in the title picture. He practically decimated Brock on Raw 25 there at the end, which was pretty awesome. Kane is still being booked very strong. This is still his retirement run before he goes. We all know they're not throwing the title on Kane. It would shock the world if they did, but I just don't see it happening. Unless the WWE's views change on Roman Reigns, I don't see the title switching either. It's going to be should be a very good match. I don't see Kane and Braun teaming up versus Brock like Kane's been trying to do. It might go on a little bit in the match in the beginning, but that's going to break apart. But do I see Braun walking away with his hand raised? No, even though he's very deserving of it at this point. I don't think the WWE's view on the future of Roman Reigns has changed any, and we all know the big match between him and Brock is going to be at WrestleMania for the title, so I don't see Brock losing here. But it should be a good match. This is always one of those things they say, it should be, because on paper it should be, but we'll see. The WWE has put on some pretty boring stuff out lately, so who knows. But I'm going to say Brock over Braun and Kane. Next match, this is going to be the SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship match. Champion AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in a handicap match, better known as Cammy, for the World Heavyweight title. This one's weird because if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win, they're supposedly going to be co-champions, which has never happened before with the men's division. It happened once with the women's division, and it was god-awful and annoying. I could see that if they do win, it would be Kevin Owens turning on Sami Zayn very quickly, or maybe Zayn turning on Kevin Owens, because that's never happened. But I don't know. This one's got me, because like I said, technically if they work together, they should beat AJ Styles, but I just don't feel it's going to happen. I think AJ is going to retain unless something very kooky-ish happens. Oh yeah, because I keep forgetting the Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan factor. Shane's going to be somehow I wouldn't say interfering in this match, but he's going to be overshadowing it somehow. And I'm sure Daniels will get involved. I keep forgetting, but it's not going to be a clean match by any means. But I would still think AJ Styles comes out on top. He's pushing the ratings for SmackDown right now. And supposedly that was one of the reasons why they took the belt off Jinder, because the ratings were slipping. He hasn't had the belt that long, so I don't see them hotboxing it over to Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn right now. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to say AJ Styles retains with all odds against him. Next up, we have the women's first ever Royal Rumble match. It's got to be better than the women's Money in the Bank match. But really, there's nothing to a Royal Rumble match. It's just basically a brawl. Two women enter every 2 minutes. Last woman standing wins. So far on paper, we only know of about 16, 17, 18 women being in this match. What do we have here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't see Lana. I'm not going to go through the list. Yeah, we don't see Mickie James. Well, you know they're in there. Paige is no longer in it. She is now retired. So it leaves it's hard to predict because it leaves the window open for all the people that they're supposedly going to bring back for this match. Like Trish Stratus, possibly Lita, possibly Beth Phoenix, possibly Michelle McCool. I'd say any woman that we saw on Raw 25 is potentially going to be in this match. There's a reason why they're back or why they were used. Kelly. But the big secret, I'm sure, the very big, well-kept secret is Ronda Rousey. The WWE has been very coy about her. It was reported she was signed months ago. She was supposed to be training. Then, a few months go by and they pretend like they act like they haven't trained or signed her. Triple H recently took her out to a dinner. It was all in private. She's signed. And I would be shocked if she is not in this Royal Rumble. I'll be shocked if she doesn't come out at number 30. She's probably going to be the chick that eliminates Asuka at the end. And I'm just going to say it right here, Ronda Rousey wins. But I'm going to feel like a real tool bag if she's not in this, but I have a feeling she is. Ronda Rousey wins the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. But like I said, we don't know who's in it, so how do you really predict? You're just going off rumors and hearsay. But I think this is a pretty strong rumor. So, yeah, that's my pick. Ronda Rousey wins the first ever inaugural Women's Royal Rumble, which I'm sure is going to piss off a lot of those girls on the roster, like Natalya, Mickie James, those type of girls who have been there. They're veterans. They're not being handed something just because of who they are. But we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff on the dirt sheets about it, if it's even happening. Like I said, how do you predict these things when you don't even know all the entrants into the match to begin with? I mean, we're only given a handful here. We have 2 rosters full of men. We have NXT of potential call-ups. We have the English division of a guy or two that could be thrown in. The men's division, the Royal Rumble, I don't expect very many surprises. We're going to get 1, maybe 2, like you got last year. What surprise did we get? We got Ty Dillinger called in at number 10. And all that speculation of Finn Balor and Kurt Angle and whoever else not. Omega, did we get it? No. The WWE does a very good job at clickbaiting you in certain situations. And this year, there's not a lot of speculation on surprises. So that should tell you something. No expectations going into this one. And who can they bring in? Like I said, Kenny Omega has already let the world know he is re-signed with New Japan. He is not coming. So there's really no one else out there. Who could be a surprise other than like Batista, which is a very strong possibility that he's in the Royal Rumble. Rey Mysterio is maybe, but I still read he's in talks with TNA. Impact. So I don't know. Like I said, this one's hard to say. I'm sure Roman Reigns is in it, which would... The dirt sheets reported months ago he's supposed to be fighting Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Well, whoever usually wins the Royal Rumble goes on to fight the champ at WrestleMania. And this is going to piss a lot of people off. If Roman Reigns comes out again with a very low number on the card, like last year, except he didn't win, but if he comes out this year and he wins, people's heads are going to explode. But personally, I think that's exactly what we're going to get. I'm a dirt sheet reader, and I have read nothing to contradict what I'm saying. And this has been I guess not a very well gossiped Royal Rumble men-wise. So that's why it's leading me just to say Roman Reigns. And I think that's, like I said, I think it's going to tick a lot of people off. So I don't know. Like I said, we don't know who's all in there, but you just have to guess. And my guess is going with what I've already known, and I'm just going to say it, Roman Reigns. And it pains me to say it. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. That's my Royal Rumble predictions. Tell me what you think in the comments. Give me your predictions. Who do you think's winning the men's and women's Royal Rumble? I'm going to do live reactions, but I think I'm going to go live strictly for the women's Royal Rumble and strictly for the men's. I can do a results video altogether afterwards, but I think I'm going to go live for those two parts of the Royal Rumble. So if interested, look for that during those times. Look for me on YouTube and join me in my chat. Otherwise, other than that, like I said, leave comments. Tell me what you think. What are your predictions? Hit like, subscribe, pound that notification button, all that good stuff. Mad Viking out. Thanks for watching. And I don't know. I don't know if there'll be another video until some Royal Rumble. But if there is, keep an eye out for it. Thanks.